All right, so this video is going to talk about the format filter. So here we are at the result screen for the search sharks and environmental effects and media with the date filter applied. The idea of format refers to the specific form an information source takes, an article, a print book, an ebook, etc. The filter gives us a sense of all the different information types our search has given us so that we can select a proper one for our needs. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the filter now. As with other filters, to open it, simply click on the word, and we see all the different types of information formats we've found. We also notice we have the empty inclusion box or the orange exclusion box on the right-hand side. The most common formats used in undergraduate research will include articles, books, ebooks, book chapters, and possibly reference entries, which are sources of background information. To narrow to a specific format, simply click the inclusion box and then click the Apply Filters button. Before I do this, let me point out that like the subject filter, we can click multiple formats. However, to use the filter more effectively, it's often better to click one or two formats and then come back, clear the format filter, and run through a different format. So let's go ahead and click Articles here and Apply Filters. Now to clear a filter, simply hit the X next to the term. If we want to reset all the filters, we can just hit the Reset Filters link right here. Before I go further, let me just take a moment here to show that the same filter also exists in ProQuest Central and other databases. In ProQuest Central, it's right here on the left-hand side of the page. They use a different term, source type, right? But in looking at it, this is the same thing as in Saint Search, allows us to narrow to more specific information formats. Okay, let's go back to Saint Search. All right, so we're back in Saint Search. Let's take a look at these first two hits. The first one tells us that we have access to this article through the green full text available note, as well as the second one. To access the article, of course, simply click the title and then scroll down to the View It section, and here we see which databases have the article. A quick reminder again that if we are off campus, when we click these links for the article, we'll need to sign in. Now let's head back to the results list by clicking the X next to the item record. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down and find an article that we don't have full access to. We can tell by this text and also by the fact that the note is gray. Click the title, and let's come down to the Get It tab. It says, sorry, your search did not match any physical item in the St. Martin's collection, just telling us that we don't have it, of course. We come down and we notice we have two links here, Place Summit Request. We're going to talk about that in the next video. We also see Request via Interlibrary Loan. Interlibrary Loan is a process that allows us to get an article or materials from a different library. So let's go ahead and request via Interlibrary Loan. We get here, we notice that we're moving from an application that's outside of Saint Search, so we'll have to sign in again to this service. And we come to this request screen. Now, if we're moving from Saint Search or another database into Interlibrary Loan, all of the required information will be brought in. One thing I've noticed, however, it's not extremely common, but it does happen, is that the pages will not be brought in correctly. So sometimes it's missing a page. If this happens, what we need to do is just go back to the item screen and come back up here and check the page. The page range will be back here. All we need is the first page. And this looks like it's an online journal article. So the page does look a little bit different. Come in here and it looks like it's just fine. Then we hit Submit Request and the article will come pretty quickly. Usually within 1 to 3 days, I've had the experience of putting in a interlibrary loan request and getting it that same day. Just last week, while working with a professor, we got a return in 2 hours. So the interlibrary loan application can work really quickly. The same option is available through ProQuest Central and other databases. So look at the second article here. We don't have full access. So let's click the title there. Over here on the right, we see Find SMU Full Text, and that's usually the best option. It will conduct a search through Saint Search to see if we might have access to the same article through another database. But I'm showing you this link, this interlibrary loan option right now. So we'll go ahead and click it. All right, so when we come into the interlibrary loan application, we find that it's just the same as when we go in through Saint Search. Go ahead and click Submit Request. Now what will happen with interlibrary loan requests is that within a couple of days, we'll get an email, which will give us 2 links. One will be a link directly to the article, and the email will give us a temporary password. The second link will bring us back to this screen, which has a list of all of our requests. And here we can download the article. Let me just point out here, we can view articles up to 5 times or for a month, and then the link expires. So I like to recommend to students and to faculty, sometimes faculty have had difficulties with this, download the article the first time you get it. It's a PDF, grab it, and that way you don't have to worry about losing it later on. All right, so that's how we find articles in Saint Search and request them through interlibrary loan when necessary. Thanks much.